unleavened Indian point of view. General Bakshi, I want to ask you, would India have struck such a hard stand had it been so hurt? It doesn't usually do these things. It's a very, very, very mature power. Had it been guilty as charged by Canada?
Rahul, I'd like to state unequivocally that what Mr. Trudeau said, the Canadian Prime Minister, was not, he said credible allegations. He did not provide any credible evidence. He said credible allegations. His own language was circumspect. And when he was asked, please give us the hard evidence that you have, so far we have come up with nothing. The simple fact is, let me be quite blunt as to why there is so much outrage in India. The Kanishka tragedy was the worst aviation tragedy before 9/11, right? 329 innocent citizens were killed. 268 of them were Canadian citizens of Indian origin. So far, nothing has been done. Nobody has been brought to justice. But it took Canada, that has taken 38 years, but it took Canada 3 months to point a smoking gun at India. And then we said, just show us the smoking gun. There is nothing. We have been giving dossier after dossier to say, look, under the rubric of freedom of speech, you are sheltering people who are openly displaying guns, who are involved in drug peddling, who are involved in terrorist acts, who are involved in threatening the life of our diplomats. I mean, how much can you get more explicit than that?
Okay.
But there has been a null eye. There has been
let me bring in Mr. Baxendale once again.
The Indian allegations.
Okay.
Credible allegations from the Canadian side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two questions to you, Mr. Baxendale. I don't know if you're aware, but today in Surrey, once again, we got photographic evidence to suggest that those posters threatening Indian diplomats with assassination were put up again. One, will Canada hold itself responsible if an Indian diplomat is killed on the back of such a threat? Number one. Number two, sir, what exactly is meant by credible allegations? Do you think that they can stand up in court? And do you think it behoves the Prime Minister of an ally country to use this expression to label another country as some sort of a transgressor state? Two questions to you, sir.
First, the first question. The Canadian government should be stomping out any of this kind of hate speech against Indian diplomats and against the Indian diaspora community. We have over 1.4 million Indians in this country, and we need to respect all of those citizens' rights and not to take the sides of 1,000 or less hardline extremists who have been working on behalf of this Khalistani separatist state for eons. And so Canada needs to stand up, and Canada needs to take responsibility if something does happen to an Indian diplomat, for sure. On your second question, credible allegations. The question is, and as I wrote in my article, why did Trudeau do this? And was it for political gain? And it certainly seems from the outset that that was the rationale. Having said that, these are matters, even if the allegations were true. This is not something that you bring out in public. And it was clearly messaging and something to change the tune in Canada, to which I already wrote about. So this is dangerous politics on both sides. We've now seen this accelerate to the level that it is now.
Dean Baxendale, appreciate your candor on that. We leave it at this, the right stand with Anand Narasimhan coming up. Don't go away.